One last show before Conference Championship weekend. Couple of NFC Championship guests for your viewing pleasure. Seahawks. Unbelievable rookie. Future 10-time All-Pro. Gray Zabel of Pierre, South Dakota. He stole my heart, this boy. He stole my heart. He's on the show. And Rams safety, the ever-confident Chicago killer, divisional round, throwdown round hero for the Rams, Kam Curl. Both those guests on this very show. Just a piece of championship weekend and history being made. And there are entities, players, icons that are really easy to root for me. And should be for you. On Sunday, I'm going to tell you about them in a hammer. He did it with Caleb Williams, and now he will count down Drake Maye's top 5 throws of the year. To the show. No, I had an awkward run-in. Anyway, let's look at the slate, shall we? FanDuel Sportsbook, the place to be for all of your entertaining and responsible sports betting pleasure. And here you're looking at it. Patriots Broncos in the early game. Pat Bryant, full participant. That's important. Denver's practiced yesterday. He had a concussion last week, so I was happy to see that. Sounds like Drake might be getting Mac Hollins back from IR as well. Both of those receivers, very importante as far as their roles are this year. And then it's Rams-Seahawks to cap it off. LA sack leader Byron Young. He hasn't been practicing with a knee injury. That's potentially a huge deal for the Rams pass rush. As we know, you'll hear from my new best friend, Gray Zabel. You'll hear from Kam Curl as well. Both great names, Gray Zabel, Kam Curl, like meant to be NFL superstars, playoff superstars. Imagine being a rookie and being like, this is cool. I'm just like the best run stopper in the league. And now I'm going to play in the Super Bowl if I can get past Seattle on one side. And then Kam Curl, do you have it in you to do it again? Is Sam going to give you a chance to make a play like DJ? I asked him about DJ Moore. Hammy. Interesting answer from Kam Curl on DJ Moore. Want to give the viewers a little tease here on a Friday?
I'll just say he's playing the long game there with his answer. He's not thinking about the past. He's thinking about next year when they play the Bears with his answer. I'll say that.
Interesting. Okay.
That was my take.
Lots going on. Twitter is toxic as ever. So let's give him something to talk about, shall we? Before we get to that, we want to be a little positive. Will you find problems with this internet? Probably. But there are certain guys that I label, and maybe like my qualification for like rooting interest, vested interest, even if I'm like over on FanDuel Sportsbook or just watching on my couch, I like when a person makes it easy for me to root for them. Make it easy. Don't be complicated. Don't be controversial. Be easy to root for, okay? So I'm going to tell you a player from each team that I think, and if you don't have a vested interest and you're looking for something to get off the couch about, great. These are the people, the men. These are the men in these games that it would just mean these. Okay, I want to get this right for Twitter. Here's 4 dudes, one from each game, where a win means just a little bit more to them. And I got to start with, you know where I'm going here with the Rams, none other than my guy, Davante Adams. NFC title game number 4 for Adams. He looks to earn his first ever trip to the Super Bowl. First trip! I can't believe it. He's one of the best players. Such an incredible season, leading the league in touchdowns in 14 games. I don't think people even know that. His instant chemistry with Stafford from training camp, from getting there, has helped fuel that MVP run. The down moments with the Raiders, with leaving, it's all leading to this. And I feel like he is too great, tremendous of a player to not at least play in a Super Bowl at some point in his amazing career. And of course, everyone knows Davante is awesome. But I feel like the average fan might not realize how high up the all-time ranks he's risen over the past year. I realized that in Chicago, being at this game, like, y'all know he's top 10. He is? He's already top 10 in touchdowns. He's one more season away from cracking the top 10 in receptions, 2 years away from cracking the top 10 in receiving yards. He will do that and just turned 33. There's been no slow to his game. No question. And he'll hit those marks. I know it. And if he adds a ring to that, if he adds a ring to what I'm saying will happen in 2 years, he will be an undeniable, not just Hall of Famer, but first ballot Hall of Famer. And it was very cool because Chicago fans are smart. They hate Davante. He's perennially killed them throughout the lore and history of Davante Adams when he was with the Packers. ahead of that game, Devontae was kind enough to come say hello on the sideline, and I was surrounded by Bears fans, and they are all just like, Hall of Famer, who's Hall of Famer? They knew it. Bears fans who hate you knew it. And if he does this, and I'm rooting for him too, he's in the combo of top 5 wide receivers to ever play the game. And that's something that is easy to root for. Other side of that one, Seattle. It's Sam Darnold or nobody. I mean, maybe Gray Zabel. You guys will see that interview in a bit. But it's so easy to root for Sam Darnold. We know the story. The Jets, the back pages. I lived in New York through it, seeing the back of the New York Post and ghosts and mono, and he can't do it. He went to the Panthers. I love that. A backup with the Niners. Love that. All part of his story to the Vikings. These adversarial moments lead to this. Vikings, idiots, letting him walk after a 14-win season because they were not convinced that he could do it in the playoffs, these big moments. And the question was out there, and the question was valid. And to turn around and to have Seattle on the doorstep of a Super Bowl the very next year, his first year there, easy to root for. And if he wins this one, and over the Rams, like the cinema of that, the very team that handed him his playoff disappointment, the same team that is entirely responsible for Minnesota sending him away, is this not the greatest quarterback story arc that we've seen in a freaking while? I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I love it for him. It is so freaking hard to rewrite the lazy narratives that are put upon you and that maybe have some validity to them until they don't, and he is showing you until they don't. I almost swore. I almost said the MF right now. I really almost went there. That's what he has to say, and maybe hopefully does against the Rams. So easy to root for. Let's flip to the AFC side, and guys, like, join in the conversation here, whether it's on YouTube or on social at Up and Adam Show. On the AFC side, you know who's easy to root for? I'll start with the Broncos, and a guy I've been pulling for the moment he came into the league in 2018, and he's always overlooked, Courtland Sutton. This man, this guy, Chris Collins, here's a guy who's been nothing but sheer positivity since his arrival in Denver. I don't know if anyone takes more pride in being a Denver Bronco. I've talked to him over the course of his career. We always meet up at training camp, dap each other up, have a good convo. He told me he never even thought about leaving all through the rough years at quarterback, and there were some rough moments, as we all know, okay? He could have had 2 separate cracks at free agency. Courtland, loyal AF. You think guys can't be loyal? Enter Courtland Sutton. I know 31 teams that Courtland want to come join our team. Like, and who would have blamed him for leaving? No one, not even Broncos fans, probably with all that tumult at the quarterback spot, no stability in the leadership. He loved it. He's a Bronc freaking go. You know what I'm saying? And he had so much faith in the organization. Faith rewarded right now as he sits 1 game away from the Super Bowl. You're thinking about these quarterbacks. Let's give you some facts here. When I say no one would have blamed him for leaving, look at what this man, Courtland Sutton, endured here and the level of play he had with them. This is the full list of 11 different quarterbacks he had in Denver by the age of 28 before finally getting Bo, putting up back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, getting his long-awaited opportunity to play in the playoffs. And, of course, the irony of it all is that now he's going into said battle without the quarterback that he waited his entire career for. If anyone's equipped, though, mark my words here, if any player in the NFL is ready and prepared to get the most out of a backup quarterback, it's Courtland Sutton. His whole journey prepared him for this moment. If our guy has success, the backup, Stidham, if Stidham has success, it's because of, I should have said this at the top, it's because of him. It is because of Courtland. Not taken away from him at all. It's because of Courtland Sutton. Let's lead with that. And that's what it is. And how much I believe in him. I was sad for a minute when Bo went down because I remember sitting with him and he was trying to, right when Bo got there, sort of do what he's done so many times, Hamilton. We don't have to share this part on social. But, he's done it so many times for me, this, get up for this quarterback through that list of 11. That when I was sitting with him when it was Bo, I was like, because I've heard it before. It's he's so rah-rah and all of that. So it's it's a little bit interesting to me because then it's he really believed in him and he's his guy. I will also say this. We went to Broncos camp 2 years ago when it was Bo, right?
Yeah. Bo's rookie year.
Bo's his quarterback. I'm sitting with Cortland and Cortland and Pat. No, Cortland and Judy. No,
yes.
I think it was Judy. I think it was Jerry, Judy, and Cortland's son. I'm sitting with the two of them 2 years ago, and this has never hit the internet because or maybe it did. I don't remember. So I'm sitting with them, and Cortland says, "I think we're a playoff team," and this is after years of like dysfunction. This is Sean's first year, second year, first year.
This is Sean's
first year.
second. This is Sean's second year. Yeah.
Now I'm just telling a bad story. We're sitting there with Cortland, and he says, like, we are a playoff team. And there was a lot of, like, discussion just with, from the team, don't say that, we don't want to put that out there, like, you're a veteran, like, we're, like, building pieces. They weren't ready. He knew, though. He knew what he had, maybe before Sean did. There, dunk on you, Sean Payton, because your boy Cortland knew that wasn't the messaging of the team. It completely flipped 365 days later. But he knew, and he deserves it, and he's so easy to root for, eh?
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, that was Bo's rookie year where they did make the playoffs, and he was the one. And it wasn't, you could tell that was different because we'd been through that song and dance with him a few times where he's trying to get himself up for the quarterback, like you were saying, but he never said that. Yeah, that was the first time he ever made any like proclamations like that. Yeah,
and he knew, and now he'll do it with Stidham, and I can't wait to see it. Okay, other side of this AFC battle, okay? And everyone's like, you're playing. These games are hard for me to watch because there's storylines beyond the whatever. There's who I'm rooting for, and I really am rooting for everyone to win. So that's just, that sucks, and I'm not some like hot takey person that has to go apologize for it later, but like that's what it is. On the Patriot side, can we go back up, please? On the Patriot side, there's a lot to root for there. I love that franchise. It was the franchise that let me in with the NFL, if that makes sense. Worked with the Rams a little bit a million years ago, but it was the Patriots who was my first real taste of NFL and being on the inside, and Tom Brady was there, and Robert Kraft could not be more kind and open to me in those years and since those years. So for the Patriots, if I'm a fan and I'm rooting for greatness, for history, for undeniability, for immortality in this game that we love, that's Robert Kraft, and that's easy to root for. To have this franchise on the verge of another Super Bowl this soon after Brady Belichick is amazing. And let me be clear, these were not easy decisions this man had to make to get here. He parted ways with the greatest coach of all time, moved on from a beloved Patriot in Drake Maye, who he loves, after one season because he thought the right move was to bring in Mike Vrabel. And here we go once again. We've talked about how wild it is that Mr. Kraft isn't in the Hall of Fame yet. I've talked to him about it before the season even. He's on the ballot for this year. If Robert Kraft wins this Super Bowl, do me a favor. And when you're handing him the Lombardi, make sure you're just handing him a gold jacket. Do it all on the podium if that happens while the confetti's going down. Because if he accomplishes this Super Bowl, he better be in the Hall of Fame 2026. It's overdue. It's already undeniable, his resume. And so this should just be icing on the cake. Like, oh, maybe we messed up all these other. Do it. This would be conference championship number 11 for Mr. Kraft. No other owner has more than 7. And I want to remind you, this wouldn't be his first Super Bowl that didn't feature Brady or Belichick either. So miss me with that narrative. He went in his 3rd season as the Pats owner, Super Bowl 31 with Bill Parcells and Drew Bledsoe. So this would be the 3rd different head coach quarterback combo. Are you hearing me? The 3rd different head coach quarterback combo to go to a Super Bowl and win it if the Pats do it again. He should be a Hall of Famer regardless. This really just sort of cements it, completes it, makes it even more impossible to deny. That's who I'm rooting for. So that's the vibe. We will be back with Zabel, Kam Curl, some KAYMAKERS, Drake Maye after this. It's okay. Also, there's no break, nothing's in script. Yeah, I'm gonna text you. Was Drake Maye, was that hard to do?
It was incredibly hard. It was harder than I thought it was going to be. Because Caleb had those obvious outstanding moments. Like Drake has had some of those for sure too, but he's had so many good throws that are comparable. It took a lot of brainstorming with Cal and back and forth and where to place things,
Yeah, I
what
don't
to
know
leave
Cal.
off,
I
what
don't know
to.
Cal
It was
did the footage part of that. I love that. I didn't know that.
no, well, this was I had to bring in
You
a
had to bring in the expert.
I had to bring in a
consummate.
consultant. Yeah,
Yeah, he's been.
I needed Cal
Our
for this
producer
one.
Cal's been a little quiet. I think he's scared to stood him. That's what I think. You scared to stood
You
him?
know
Buddy?
him.
He's in my ear in the control room. You a little scared? No one's at. Oh, Cal. What are you worried about? I need a Cal cam on Sunday. Cal, it's going to take a lot to not bother you on Sunday. Like a lot. I mean, I'll try not. Usually I don't until the end of the game. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, you're such a fan.
What's his concern here? What's he telling me?
Nothing. He goes, he's talking about how he couldn't eat. He's not giving me anything.
I'm giving you any ammunition.
He's not happy about the Kayshawn booty stuff.
Oh yeah.
Talking about the Sean Payton stuff.
Yeah.
What happened?
He got himself. He
happened?
said something like, Sean was like basically encouraging the fans, like, give it everything you have because you can rest, you can rest after this or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And Booty said, like, well, you can also rest in Cancun. Like,
Oh my God, get out of here, Cal. Unpatriot way. This is Mike Vrabel. He's not gonna bite your nose off.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I couldn't do that segment in good conscience without consulting Cal, and I'm glad I did. He helped me work through it because it was not easy.
We had a lot of like good team shit this week. A lot of good team stuff. It's like right before we were done for the season. No I'm kidding. Not that we don't always, but I felt like this week was particularly that way. Anyway.
It was yeah.
Let's do it, Zabel. I love this boy. I love this boy.
He's the best.
A toothless teammate inspired my next guest to be an NFL player. Seahawks guard Gray Zabel. I did not know him. I had never met him. I was not prepared for him as he gets ready to take the field for the biggest game of his life, Rams NFC Championship game. We talked about corn farming and his hometown in South Dakota, population 4,000 in Pierre, and of course his killer quarterback, his words, Sam Darnold. Gray Zabel, Seattle's 2025 first-round draft pick, offensive guard for the NFC's top-seeded Seahawks, all rookie team selection by Pro Football Writers of America and pass rush coach. Is that accurate?
It was one of those deals where it was kind of saw something. Me and Leo kind of have a connection that he coaches me, and then I was like, all right, I should probably help him out a little bit. And then next thing you know, he's getting fourth down sack.
What did you see? How did you see that? How often does that happen?
Yeah, it was just we were sitting on the bench and we are watching up at the big screen stuff, and it was like 3 or 4 pass plays in a row, and he was getting the slide, and I was like, all right, like should probably do something about it. And he just kept taking that inside move because the guard was oversetting him, kind of baiting him into it. And then I saw him right after halftime. We're just chatting it up like boys, and I was like, hey, let's take the B gap once and see what happens.
It says a lot about you that Leonard Williams, who I know, who is an all-pro, even listens to you.
Yeah, I mean, he's the man.com. He's the best. And like he said, like you said, to have the humility to listen to a rookie says a lot about the person, the player, the leader that he is.
Yeah.
So might be surprising to some people, but guys that are in the locker room and see him every single day, it's no surprise at all.
Who's this kid?
Oh, that is, first off, whoever allowed me to wear a white T-shirt for a senior picture, fine. But that's
Right.
that's like 220-pound Gray. I bet my knees felt great. No ankle issues. Like, that must have been the life.
The pose. You went to the T-shirt to try to get me off track about your pose, which is the best part of the photo and what you're doing here. What would you say? I mean, it's 5 years late. There's only 5 freaking years ago, my friend. What are you
Yeah.
telling this child about 5 years from now? You're one game away from the biggest game of anyone's life ever.
Yeah, I'm probably saying like quick 3 easy things. One, trust the process on the mustache.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
got to give it time.
Good advice.
2, the rally bangs probably aren't the move moving forward. Like, let's work some like gel or like something like that. The rally bangs aren't there. The beaver comb over, like that ain't the JB comb over. That ain't working.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then have a little fun along the way. I mean,
Have you had fun? What has this rookie
Yeah.
year been like for you? Are you having
Uh,
fun, Gray? This is insane, your success.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. And I think that's the best part about it is like out here in Seattle, they let you be yourself. They let you have personality. They let you enjoy the game of football. They maybe put some guide rails on you a little bit to keep you on the straight and narrow, but like every single day is a fun day. Showing
Love your
up,
coaches, huh?
it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to show up to work, as we say. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun, and hopefully have a little more fun here this Sunday and then next few weeks.
Pierre, South Dakota, population 14,000. You're the biggest thing out of there. And I can't even think of another NFL player in the last 15 years from that state. Is every of the 14,000 watching this game? Is there anyone in that entire city, town, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't know that you're playing in this big game on Sunday?
I don't know. I'm blessed to have kind of the background that I have and the support back in Pierre, like one of one. The town's awesome, the community's awesome. But they're probably tuning in on Sunday to watch some football.
If you could put me anywhere, I promise you I would pick Pierre. I would love to be in Pierre watching this game as somebody with pride from Pierre. Like, what has that rally felt like?
Yeah, I mean, I got to assume that like Sunday, if you went to the Field House or Bob's Lounge back in Pierre,
Let's go,
South Dakota,
Bob's!
you got the boys watching, probably texting me mid-game, like, what are you doing lunging at a 3-tech like that? Let's keep your shoulders back and use some hands and pass, bro. Like, but yeah, it's super surreal to be able to do that. And like to have the text messages, the phone calls, the pictures of kids wearing my jersey to school. Like that's really, really cool. And kind of why you play this game of football, for not just yourself, but for everyone who supported you. Even as a 220-pound basketball player in high school that wasn't even thinking about the NFL.
When did you decide to think about the NFL? Just a growth spurt? What do you mean?
I would probably say like my junior year of college was like, okay, I just watched my best friend get drafted to the Buccaneers.
I've ever heard. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was for the first 3 years of college, I thought like, hey, we're gonna have fun playing college football and then go back and farm for the rest of your life. But kind of that junior year, I watched one of my best buddies get drafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I was like, okay, like Cody Mauch.
Okay.
Toothless, long red hair. Yeah, he's pretty ugly if you ask me, but that's why
I
he's
don't
my best
trust
friend.
you. You think your JB come over isn't a good look. So you don't like your white t-shirt pose. I don't trust your opinion on these matters at all. Okay, so you watched him, you decided to go to the NFL. I can't even imagine, like the upside is insane. I can't even imagine that. You're such a fun story to root for. I remember like everyone was taking their sweet ass time naming the starters going into week 1. 20 weeks later, what was a weakness last year is a strength, a huge strength. And where this game will be won, make no mistake. Who gets the credit for that? Like, where does the credit lie? Or like the bowling on Tuesday night? Like, what would you like boil that down to as far as this group's chemistry?
Yeah. One, I would say you have to start at the top, like John Schneider and Mike McDonald. Like those two get a lot of the credit, bringing the right guys in, bringing a guy like Josh Jones, who's a vet in that understands the situation and guides a lot of us young guys. You got to give it to Clint Kubiak and John Benton. Those guys of having a plan, having a system, and being able to coach us up and understand that mistakes are going to happen and kind of coach us along the way to get better and stuff. Cause it's a, you're always getting better type mentality out here. Like you're never the finished product. You're never the best player. Like, you can always get better day in and day out. And I think big shout out to the guys in our room, like Charles Cross and Abe Lucas, like our two vets that are the fourth year in the NFL. Like, they're very young, very fresh for being our vets, but
You're all young.
they put a lot on their shoulders to lead us and be the guys in the room. And then I think I come in and maybe bring some new life, some new energy, a different outlook, personality that might not be the way it's always been out in Seattle, but to be able to come in and then be everyone kind of have the cohesiveness and the drive to want to be better. And I think it's just a testament to our group, and we got a lot of work to still be done.
We have these debates in all the sports, whatever. And the one on my show lately has been which quarterbacks are killers. Who's a killer? Matthew Stafford, a killer. Whatever. Drake Maye is Sam Darnold a killer?
Yeah, he's a killer. He's the man. I love him to death. Like, I'll go to war for Sam Darnold.
Please explain.
He's the best.
How do you know? When did you know he was a killer? Let's start there.
OTAs, probably the first day I met him. Like, you look in his eyes and you're like, this dude could be a killer. Like, this dude's the best. I probably have to say, training camp, some of the throws he was making, I was like, this dude's a killer. Like, he's unreal. And I think that's what makes Sam who he is like, he doesn't let anyone outside the building kind of get to him. He's a dude that's gonna, no matter the situation, like the Rams game, I talk about, like,
crazy.
He had 4 interceptions the first game and he's still calling a play like we're up by 3 scores. Like, it's unbelievable.
What is that? Just what he's made of? Is that like because he's been through so much? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I think it's just his trials and tribulations. And then you have the second Rams game to where it's the biggest drive in overtime and he doesn't flinch. He stands in the pocket. He wears one as he throws a dime to Cooper Kupp. Like, I know he's probably hurting after that. Then he gets up and marches down and ends up finding Eric Sauber for a 2-point conversion. And it's just like, maybe he cracked a smile, maybe he didn't. I don't know, but it's like just a straight face, stone cold killer. And I'm like, that's my guy. That's who I want to. That's who I want to die for out there and go to war with. Like, he's theman.com.
At theman.com. I love it. Like, I'm going to start using that. You know this Rams front well by now. You just went through those games, and I can tell that you've been studying them. They're in your head. They're fast. The Rams are relentless. The front throws a lot of different looks at you. What's one thing like you've learned from those first 2 meetings that's going to crush in this one?
Yeah, I think the next play mentality is what I learned. I mean, I feel like past 2 games, Kobe Turner's had my number. And it's like, you just got to keep playing ball and understand, like, you might get beat here and there, but to understand, just play the next play. And I think the past 2 meetings against them is a huge testament to that, like, not going well. And then at the end of the game, we have an opportunity to go win it.
Yeah.
And the same exact way with the second matchup, like, it maybe didn't go well in that second half, but at the end of the day, we're a few plays away from tying it up. Zach Charbonnet has a crazy 2-point conversion, and then we're tied going into overtime. So the understanding of, like, we just got to keep our head down and keep working. And when it hits zeros up on the scoreboard, like, look up and see what the score is. And I think if we do that, we're going to be pretty happy, pretty satisfied with the result.
Will you and Kobe like say hi to each other since it's been like twice already? Is there like a, hey man, let's do this again? Like, how does that, I have no idea. What is the art of, as you can't imagine, I've never stopped the run in my life. I don't know what it feels like to throw guys around, but like, what does that, is it just like, hey man, what's up? Or is there no talking?
No, he's a great dude. That's the hardest part.
I know he's like a singer. He's a sweetie.
He smiles all the time.
Yes,
like,
that's why I'm asking.
I get, the 2 sacks I've given up this year were to Kobe Turner, and like, he like starts smiling and he's like, I got you. Like, and I'm like, dude, like, why are you so likable? Like, I want to hate you, but he's a great dude. He's a really good player. He's a workhorse. I mean, he has a lot of success because of how hard he works. And it's one of those deals where, like, I'm excited to go up against him because I'm assuming we make each other better. And that's what the game of football is all about. So I'm excited to play him for a 3rd time.
You are why John Schneider just got Executive of the Year. Like, you, case in point, 1st rounder, doing what you did. And I hope he sees you and hey man, you're welcome. That's what I would say if I were you. Hey John, you're welcome, buddy. Last one for you. There's a bit of controversy, never without a controversy ahead of NFC Championship weekend. Who should raise the 12th man flag this weekend? A lot of talk about Pete Carroll, legend. A lot of talk about Marshawn Lynch, legend. Who do you think it should be? You could pick anybody.
Gosh. Yeah, I would say Marshawn would be a great one. Maybe you give like a big guy some love, you know?
Gray,
Walter
do what you were
Jones,
born to do.
Steve Hutchinson.
Give me Steve
like,
Hutchinson, baby.
something like that. Those two boys.
Make your case for Steve, who you have a relationship with.
Yeah. Sick mustache. Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Also played left guard.
Okay.
Got to assume like that he could possibly like some Busch Light, drink some beer. So that's a great
important.
Yeah. So I would say Hutch would be a great one. I know he's not coming out, but he'd be a great one to raise the flag. Him or Walt for sure.
Sounds like you talked to him a bit. What's he been in your ear about? And is anybody telling you, buddy, this doesn't happen every year? Life's not like this. Who's that voice?
Well, a lot of people have said that, like, don't take this for granted. And I'm not, and I'm excited and understanding how hard it is to get where we're at right now, and to just be present in the entire deal. And I think Hutch has been a lot of help, as it's like maybe you have a bad game and he's just like, it happens. Like, they get paid too on defense. At the end of the day, you got to keep moving forward and continue to get better and better. And I think he was the one that said, like, there's either wins or lessons. Like, in your rookie year, there's no losses because you're learning the losses. So I think that's just been huge in helping me become the player I am today.
I'm calling the league office right after this and saying, this kid is not a rookie. You're all lying. The Seahawks need to be investigated. I need to look at this kid's birth certificate. You're not a rookie. You're an absolute liar. You're not a rookie. Not in any way. Like, I officially don't believe you. Also, congrats on having my favorite interview of 2026, because you dropped a hard F-bomb.
Yeah, that's my bad. I should definitely clean up that language.
No, absolutely not.
I got to do better, for sure.
No, everyone at Bob's is going to love it. Bob's and Peter. Thanks, Greg. Good luck.
Yep. Thanks,
Bye.
Dave.
I love him.
It's amazing.
I think I love him. I love him. What a year. And yeah, not a rookie.
I think, yeah.
I want to go to Pierre. You know what's so funny about what I wanted if we had him for another minute, but I don't know when they were going to yank him, because he was like, the second he said the F-bomb, I was like, are they going to yank him sooner? You know what I mean?
Pull him out of there. Yeah.
Or just like, okay, well, I think you've got the bite you wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I never know. So then, but I wanted to say, like, what does it feel like to, like, I don't even know, like, at his age, like, are people taking capitals of states tests? Like, is that still a thing in school?
I don't know.
Like, are kids still having to take, what's the capital of this? Because, like, what does it feel like to be from the place that, like, flunked kids across this great country every year since 1902? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no one ever knew the capital of South Dakota. It was one that more people got wrong than right.
Yeah.
Hard to remember. And, like, that's when I think of Pierre, I think, like, oh, that was one that was, like, a struggle bus for me.
Yeah.
Montpelier? Which one's that? Vermont, right?
Yeah. We got some breaking news, though, that you're interested in.
No, I think I want you to do a capital test for me. Go ahead, tell me. No, tell me. What's the news?
The Bills are scheduled to interview.
Hold on. Can I guess? Am I going to guess?
Yeah, guess.
Getting me a little hint or something. Oh.
I said it's something you'll be very interested in.
Dermot Mulroney?
Close.
Someone I find attractive?
Someone, a player, someone in the NFL world that you love and have
player
interviewed.
In what?
In the NFL world that you really love and have interviewed recently.
Who haven't I interviewed? Not Matt. I mean, Matt Ryan got a job. Who? No idea.
Phillip Rivers. Interviewing today for the Buffalo Bills head coaching job.
I don't know what to say about this. The boys at St. Michael's in shambles this morning. Do I like that? Guess what? I hate it.
Really?
I hate it. I hate it.
Why?
I hate it. You know why. You know exactly why. Laugh it up. I hate it. I hate it. Dable. Cut up with Rams safety Kam Curl headed into the NFC Championship game. Chicago fans, look away. We do talk about that game-winning interception. They've got their division rival, Seattle. Got both sides of the matchup well covered on the show today. Let's talk, we talked about Sam Darnold's killer instincts. Let's talk about the OG killer, Matthew Stafford. I mean, you suck the life. I was there.
You was at the game?
Cam, I grew up in Chicago.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Well, I'm sorry.
I just want to see what would happen, right? And then here you go with this overtime interception. You could hear a pin. You could hear the tears coming down Bears fans' faces as it froze to their cheek.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I like that you're taking the victory lap, and you listen. Your instincts to break on the ball. When I'm rewatching this a million times, your athleticism to get there. Can you break down what you saw in that play? You and DJ Moore. Talk me through it.
I mean, it was just, it looked like they was going to take a shot, in the type of formation they were in. And, I seen the stems of the receivers. And I just played off the quarterback. And, I just took my shot, reading the little dagger concept that they ran. And I seen the ball in the air. And, it was overtime, I had to get the ball back for the offense, so it was really like our only shot because they was getting close to field goal range. So, just that, it just showed itself. I had to go make the play.
Could you believe it was happening? Like, could you believe it? When did you believe it,
I mean, I guess after I caught it, but, during the play, you just going. Like, you're not really thinking, you just going. So after I caught it, we were celebrating. It's like, damn, we just, I just got the ball back. We made the play, and I was going to win the game.
A lot of it's preparation. You made the right read.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it's preparation for sure.
Yeah. DJ Moore criticized, like, his own fans, NFL fan, everybody for not flattening his route out. What you saw, do you agree with that?
I don't know. I'm not on the offensive side, They can say whatever they want. They at home, we not. So it is what it is.
I mean, I think if you flattened his route, you're still making a play on that ball.
Yeah, I was gonna make the play regardless.
So tell Chicago fans that, like, it isn't like don't blame DJ.
No, we gonna let them argue amongst each other.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna self-destruct.
After you guys tied Chicago late in the fourth, I noticed that your coach, in his performance vest, brought everybody together and had a little talk, a little brouhaha. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Does that happen a lot?
I mean, yeah, if especially after like a crazy play like that, you never know what, guys on the team thinking. Like, so, that's the just type of guy he was, just to bring us up and make sure we was all on the same page. Like, nobody was, down and out about it. Because, I mean, it was true. Like, we're going to overtime. That's a whole new game. You can't worry about what happened in regulation because it don't matter no more. It's basically 0-0 now in overtime. I
was at training camp. I didn't get to talk to you, but I spent a good amount of time with Coach McVay. And we wrapped our interview. And then I said, give me somebody. I go, give me somebody to put my head, I think last year we might have picked Verse, and he goes, Kam Curl. And the second you made that play, Kam, I was like, Sean, like and it sounds like you two have, at least from his side, a pretty strong bond. So what is the biggest effect that your coach has had on you?
Man, because they had a big effect on me, man. He believed in me when nobody else did, going into free agency after that 2023 season. It was like a little rough period for me, but, he took a shot on me, man.
Did he call you? Like, was it just like, hey, tell me about that?
Yeah, he called me, and, he was just telling me, like, he'd been watching me, like, my game. And, in Washington, I was basically just like a box safety, just playing in the box. And he was telling me, like, you're going to come here and we're going to unlock all your other abilities that you ain't been able to show. And that's what he did. He kept his word on that. He trusts me to play in the back end, deep or in the box, and, I've been making plays in both. And I appreciate him for taking a shot on me, man. Like when, he ain't even really know me, and he took a shot on me when people in my own building didn't, you know what I'm saying? So
then what was that like after the game? Was there a moment? Did y'all bring it up? Like, what was the between?
Yeah, he came, after, we walk into the bus and stuff, we were talking in the hallway, man. I was just telling him I appreciate him. And he was basically asking me like what I saw in the play and stuff. Man, he was just congratulating me, man. And, even today he came in just like, man, I'm happy for you. Keep being that dog. I'm happy for you. That's the type of guy he is, man. He wants his guys to win. He wants his guys to play good. And I appreciate him for that.
What have you run into Les Snead in the halls lately?
Nah. I mean, he dapped me up after the game, but nah, I ain't running the list. He be ducked off.
Cam, you're a free agent.
I know I am.
Do you know if I were you, do you know what I'd be doing? I would be sending him clippings, reels, different angles.
They see.
I would make sure, I just want you to know, I would make sure that I run into him cafeteria. What time does Les get there? I'd be there. Hey, how you doing? See that play? Look at what you're doing.
They watch the film. They know what's going on.
No toxic at all. Nothing.
We good though. You know how it goes, man.
Yeah. I know that your quarterback has ice in his veins late in game. I knew it was going to happen. I was like, whoever has it left. Back-to-back game-winning drives over the playoff run. What sharpens him? What elevates his play as these moments get tighter?
I feel like it's just the type of guy he is. Like, he a killer. Like, when it's time to, stab him and twist the knife, he know how to do it. And that's just like, I feel like you can't really teach that. You just got to be that type of guy, and that's the type of guy he is. So, like when I made that pick and I knew, Matthew Stafford was getting the ball, like I knew it was over.
Back to the defense. It's so funny that and part of the reason I wanted to talk to you, my producer Cal, who was helping me prepare for this interview, said, I don't know why there's such this like misunderstanding about the secondary. It's disrespectful. It's you finished with 13 tackles, 2 PBUs, in what was a dominant performance. And there are idiots out there who question this secondary with the Rams. What is so misunderstood? What's the biggest misconception about your unit?
I really don't know. I guess it's just we don't got no real big names in our secondary. So, it's easy to, talk about us in a negative light, but we make plays every week. You know what I'm saying? We get the ball back to the offense, so we're not really worried about it. We hear a little bit of it, but we're not worried about it. We just play our game.
Do you know that you have the most tackles ever by a Rams DB in a single season?
Nah, I didn't know that. That's what's up. That's a lot of time.
You need to hire me to be your hype person because you're a little humble. You're a little too I don't want to.
This is what I do. Like, I've been playing football my whole life, so this, So
has everyone around you, but they You're the only DB this year with 120 plus tackles, 2 sacks, 2 picks. When you hear those stats, do you just hear ka-ching, ka-ching? Do you see a Super Bowl trophy? What do you think when you hear those?
Man, we want that Super Bowl, and the money gonna come after, but we want that Super Bowl for sure.
I know you probably don't want to talk about the Bears. They're in your rearview mirror, and you had such success against Caleb. Caleb's getting a lot of hype though. Like Stafford MVP. There's this conversation that outside of Stafford, it's Caleb. Caleb is that dude in the NFC. Do you playing all these guys? Do you subscribe to that? Is he that dude?
I feel like he's a real talented player. Like, he went number 1 for a reason. He's a real talented player. His arm talent is crazy. He's still young, but when he grows into what he needs to grow into, I feel like he's gonna be a great.
Is he the second? Is he the guy after Stafford? The guy to take the mantle?
I just see Matthew Stafford. That's all I see.
I love that. Round 3 against the Seahawks. Like I said, you've probably, I bet all of Sam Darnold's tendencies. You're doing your, everything's in your brain right now off the dome. What specifically do you feel like you need to focus on in this third matchup? Sam
Darnold's a great quarterback. He put the ball in his receiver's hands real good. But, as a defense going into any game, just, limiting explosives, not letting them get anything cheap. Because I feel like the defense we got against any team, it's hard for them to march down the field on us. So as long as nobody gets anything cheap, I feel like we're going to have a good day on defense.
Shula's getting some head coaching love. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I be seeing a little bit of it.
What do you think about that? What do you want to say about
I feel like he deserves it, guy? Man. He deserves it, man. Shula's a guy, man. He puts us in the right position. He believes in us, and he lets us go make plays. So, any love he getting, he deserves it.
You know what I like about him? He singles you out. What is that? You're a leader on this team. What is that? And how have you seen your sort of role change with these 2 years with the squad?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be a leader. Q-Lake the captain though, but I got a lot of experience in this league, so I give my little tidbits in there too. I feel like I'm looked at as a leader as well. But I just play my role. Like, they brought me in here, to be I feel like a tone setter. You know, I'm a hard hitting safety. You know, I make plays and stuff. So I just play my role and just try to help the team win games.
What's it like, you and Q and Devontae and Puka? What is that dynamic?
You know, Q Lake my dog, man. Puka, Tay, they my dogs, man. But like me and Q Lake, you know, we be on the field together a lot. You know, I missed him when he went down. You know, just to be on the field with him. But it's
He
my
likes
dog.
the cameras, that Lake.
Yeah. That's why I said Q Lake, the media guy. I'm not really the media guy, but you know, and I'm happy for him. You know, he got paid. I'm extremely happy for him. You know, he deserves it 100%, man. And you know, I just can't wait to see how his game evolves and gets even better than he is now. You know, and Puka and Tay, like, it ain't too much to say about them. You know, they just ballers, man. They dogs, man. Like,
but they're very different. So I'm standing on the field. I'm freezing my ass off, and I'm just like, I see Devontae. He's so decaf. Like he is just okay. What's up? And I'm like, and then all of a sudden Puka just starts. He's like a human pixie stick. He is extra caffeinated monster meets Red Bull had a baby. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a warrior.
Different. They're so different. Like, how do you see that dynamic? Because as a fan on the outside, I'm like, these two are alike, but so different.
Yeah, you know, they different, but you know, that's always what gels together. You know, two always attract. So, and I feel like they play off each other perfect. You know, Tay, if he need to turn up, Puka gonna turn him up. You know, if Puka need to calm down, you know, Tay gonna calm him down. So I feel like it works perfectly.
You have any thoughts about playing in Seattle?
I'm ready. I'm ready to go ball.
They say it's loud up there. Is it that bad? How bad is it up there?
It get loud. We all played in loud stadium.
You might not like the camera, but you answer every question pretty perfectly. I just gotta say.
I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I
appreciate it. I'll see you hopefully in the Super Bowl. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, you don't have a pick off Sam Darnold, by the way.
Don't worry about it.
Whew. I like that Kam Curl. I don't know. I like them all. And then I get crushed for liking them all because pointing out that Drake, you know, I'm looking at right now, Kate jumping into these lazy, you know, I'm talking about Drake Maye in this matchup. Like, if you're the Broncos fan, I could see you having something to say, like, because you're feeling, Bills fans, shh.
Yeah.
Turn the Twitter off. Like, woof, they're mad that I'm saying nice things about Drake Maye. I told you this is the worst. I need to take a minute and like really find what I predicted, which was the empathy I will need for where the Bills fans are. You know?
Yeah.
Not only the loss, but the gain. Like, what could be worse than the Patriots going to the Super Bowl? Nothing.
Yeah.
Who called it?
Yeah.
I'm having a time. Kam Curl, can't hate him. He's got a lot of aura, that one. Whew!
He definitely does. Yeah.
Smooth operator. I very much enjoyed talking to him. Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
You got
He's a
anything
cool
else
story too. Like seventh round pick in Washington.
Him talking about
going
Sean
there.
And, like.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid.
Oh, yeah.
He might do it again.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah. And looking at, like, you talk about Chris Shula maybe becoming a head coach, you look at some of the guys like a Kam Curl who didn't work out somewhere else and Emmanuel Forbes who didn't work out somewhere else, and they come there and he's able, you know, to unlock the talent that they have and, you know, get the best out of them. And, you know, this wasn't a secondary of, like, big name guys, and they've been playing their butts off.
Rashad is, like, so good at like that. He's so good at team building.
Yeah.
Like picking these guys. I know BA joked about it. Like, you touch Sean McVay, you get a job. It's like, yeah, but like, there's that, and then there's the surviving, losing these guys that like we all are like, oh, the Eagles, that's the cycle. Sorry, Cortine. They'll be back once they get plucked. Like they'll climb. Like I don't know. Like they. Sean doesn't.
When you have a head coach that can do when you have a head coach that can do everything,
so
like
crazy.
that's and it's not a slight on anybody. It's just
he's a baby too. He's got zone coverage. Zone man. two baby boys, right?
And he still has he still has time to be on those yachts and getting jacked.
Remember this young whippersnapper? We met him at Super Bowl in Houston, I think. Our first Super Bowl? Crazy. All right, let's do it. Time to shine, buddy. Time for some K-makers. These are gentlemen who will score touchdowns on Sunday. And I'm always right, so give me Ramondre Stevenson. Hot streak, it continued last week. He's been getting the bulk of the touches in the Pats backfield, and he'll punch one in. Next, I love him. He's easy to root for, and he scores touchdowns. Courtland Sutton, juicy, plus 290. Give me the big-bodied wide receiver who has the most experience playing with Stidham. Not worried about Stidham at all. He's going to score. He'll be the guy he looks at most. And finally, Devontae Adams. He's the red zone guy. Super Bowl champion TJ Ward told you so, and he'll get his chance. This is for his first Super Bowl. This is the game he's playing to get to his first taste of Lombardi. He's got it. And I'm also going to have a parlay for you guys for Rams-Seahawks. Here it is. Let's take a look. Yeah, get to FanDuel Sportsbook with all of your bets. Tail me on this one. Matt Stafford, the over for 1.5 touchdown passes, obviously. Yes, sign me up for Kyren Williams to score. Yes, he always does. Kenneth Walker, no Charbonnet. He puts up over 80 combined rushing and receiving. And JSN, what a stud, putting up 70 receiving yards, hitting the overs on those. Those are my parlay picks. What are yours? We're in playoff mode, baby, here at FanDuel. That means you get to choose your own reward for each round of the NFL playoffs. All FanDuel customers can choose between a no-sweat bet or a profit boost, so you can use that no-sweat on my parlay. Please do. Or you can boost the odds if you're feeling a little extra confident what you got cooking over there in your house, on your couch, in your garage, wherever you are. Either way, make sure to get on the app. Make sure to make us your choice with playoff mode on FanDuel. Tweet the show at Up and Adams. There he is, Matthew Hamilton. Little hammer time. What have you cooked up for us today?
All right, well, we went through Caleb Williams' top 5 throws last week. I had to do it for Drake Maye this week because it was tough to put together.
Really?
There are a lot of them. There are a lot of good ones. This is a tough one to put together. But let's get into the tape. And I kind of cheated a little bit because I picked 6. This is honorable mention, technically, because it technically didn't count. But this is literally one of the best throws I've ever seen in my entire life. I know I showed you this one before. We got to look at it again. Okay. He's got a Saints defender hanging off his shirt. Diggs isn't even open at the time. He decides to let this thing rip. And this ball is going to go 66 yards in the air, drop it right in the bucket to Diggs. They called OPI, which was why it didn't count, but you can't throw a better ball than that. He's one of the best deep ball throwers I've ever seen. Here, number 5, against the Bills, game-winning drive. Daquan Jones breaks through the line unblocked. He's dragging Drake to the ground. He somehow gets this ball off to Diggs to pick up the first down, keep the drive going. Look at this. Daquan Jones is inside his shoulder pads, and he still gets this ball off to Diggs under the bright lights. That was his kind of first MVP moment. Here against the Bucs, again, pressure coming from his right. He's going to slide to his left, throw this ball back to his right to Kyle Williams.
So
this is a throw they don't even want you to attempt to make as a coach. if this is even slightly off, this is a pick 6 going the other way. Instead, it's a dot that Kyle Williams is going to take for a 70-yard score. That is an absurd throw. All right, number 3. The playoff game against the Chargers. Did I mention he's the best deep ball thrower downfield?
You did.
The most accurate downfield thrower we have in the game. He's going to slide to his left here with pressure. He spots Hunter Henry, but the tricky part here is Derwin James is dropping back into that zone. He's going to put it right over Derwin's fingertips, right into the bucket for Hunter Henry for the touchdown. That is a hell of a first career playoff touchdown pass. Number 2. Did I mention he's the most accurate downfield thrower of the football that we have?
Hamilton!
Here against Tampa 2, the Bengals. He's going to have to throw this behind the linebacker, in between those two safeties. Thread the needle there for Pop Douglas. You can really appreciate when you see the end zone view here. Look at this as this ball's in the air. You can't even see Pop Douglas behind the linebacker.
Okay.
That is the ultimate threading the needle. That happens 50 yards downfield.
Crazy.
You got to be kidding me. And then at number 1, we're going back to that Bills game. It is not number 1. We're going back to that Bills game because this was the moment, this Bills game is what put his MVP campaign on the map. Here, he's directing traffic to Diggs. This is totally freelance. He's pointing to Diggs, hey, turn upfield. I'm going to find you. Right. He's on a dead sprint to his right and just throws an absolute laser on the sideline to set up a score. Here you see it again from the end. It's even more impressive from this view. You got 2 guys barreling down on him. He's on a full sprint. He's going to have to lead Diggs, and this placement has to be perfect. He rips this one in there. Look, by the time Diggs catches the ball, you can't even see Drake on the screen. He was on such a sprint. He's 5 yards out of bounds by the time that ball is completed.
I think the second.
You think the Bengals one should have been number one?
That one was crazy.
You
can't even see they're one person. It's like a glitch in the Matrix. We're in a simulation, and they got like a glitch in the video game. It's one, like that's the margin. There was no margin, marginless. I guess that one was cool. I don't think give me the sell on that that argument with 2 of 1.
The sell on that one, it's the weight of the moment there, the context of it, with it being him going shot for shot with Josh Allen on Sunday Night Football, his first primetime game, and he's coming up with throws like that.
Well, there you go.
That's what, yes, there were other throws that physically might have been more impressive, but to me, that's the moment the MVP case started. It was that throw right there.
There you go, 5-1. And Hammer, you might have to adjust these after this week. Tough task. Drake Maye, Pat Surtain, Nick Benito, no joke. Coming for your throat, and we'll see how that goes at Mile High. Do you want to make picks? No, you don't want to make picks. Right? We don't want to make picks. We just want to enjoy.
Yeah.
We just want to enjoy it. If you'd like to make a pick, Hammy, go for it. I absolutely will not. Do you have an inkling?
I think on the NFC side, I think the Seahawks get it done. I think the way that they're playing, I think they're so complete. They have everything working right now. Yeah. The special teams, the defense, like.
And
that is a big. I know it sounds silly to say.
No, Rams special teams, huge disadvantage for them. It's been for a minute. Sorry to say it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I haven't landed on a pick for the other game yet. I can't. It's such a toss up to me. I do think Stidham is going to give the Broncos a chance in this one. But as you said, I want to enjoy these games.
Can we take a look at our parlay one last time? By the way, if you liked what you saw with Drake Maye and you're feeling some kind of way, you want to hit the over on those props, go ahead and do that. And you can use a no-sweat bet or a profit boost on these. My parlay, you can boost the odds. If you are feeling confident on anything, get to the app and make your choice on FanDuel. Plus $4.94, you want to get in on this right now, and I'll get better place in the carousel over on FanDuel. Download the app, and we'll see you guys on Monday.